Xenoblade 3 is one of those games that struck me to the core harder than most games do. I recently made a video discussing one of the best cutscenes the game has, which was before I even beat the game. I said in that video that Xenoblade 3 might be the best in the trilogy. Now that I've beaten the game, let me correct that. Xenoblade 3 is not only the best in the trilogy, but one of the best games I have ever played. Few games have left me feeling like a new person after finishing them, and I'm thrilled to say that this is one of them. This is a game about life, struggle, and the will to live. Most notably, it's a game about the importance of struggle, the importance of having one life, and the importance of one chance to be who you want to be. Mobius was a concept made into reality through the desire of people to have eternal life, to forever live in a stagnant reality. As stated by N, Noah and Mio were created out of hope for the future, while N and M were created out of pure regret. The regret that their lives couldn't last forever, that they could not be together throughout eternity. It's not just them either. Zed himself was created because all people have at least an inkling of that desire. Throughout the game, we see the faults of this desire. People get to be reborn, but at the cost of their own free will. They're stuck to repeat the same process, deal with the same struggles, fight the same war. The second they got the chance to develop as people, whether it was through this war or not, it would be cut short. They would die and be reborn and start anew. This world that granted second chances did so at the cost of removing the ability to grow. The game echoes this idea through N and M. Their lives remained eternal, but their lives lost all meaning, all purpose. All they had was the life of everyone else in the cycle. All they did was kill to keep their eternal clock going. There were no surprises, no major changes to power through and grow. You can't learn nor evolve as a person without struggle. We see this not only in Xenoblade 3, but all other stories too, even in real life. Looking at it from the perspective of a book, we have a main character who treks through various trials and tribulations to reach an end goal. We as readers experience these stories to watch how the characters interact, learn and grow from their mistakes, ultimately becoming better people because of it. The struggle of life is not often fun, but it is struggle that gives life meaning. Overcoming adversities is what makes people, people. It is what helps give empathy and the compassion for what others go through in their own lives. N and M didn't see this because they were too focused on their regret and all the mistakes they made in their own lives. Instead of learning to grow, they chose to remain stagnant. However, through Ouroboros, they were able to learn that throughout all the struggle life may bring, hope can power through anything. The future may not be what we want it to be, but that's okay. Life can never be perfect, but what matters more than anything is being able to make the most of it. This is why N and M were willing to sacrifice themselves to put an end to the forever now. They didn't want to keep living in regret, didn't want a world where people did not have the chance to change. The fact that life can end gives meaning to everything that happens within life. What makes everything so special? Spending time with those you cherish, falling in love, getting married, graduating school, pursuing your passions, everything in life is special because you only have so much time to do it all. The passage of time is scary, but we can't let it paralyze us, make us wish for time to stop. We forever push towards the future, what we want it to be. And that is what makes life worth living. Even when Ouroboros defeated Zed and the concept of Mobius, they had the chance to choose the same path. They were in charge of the world now. They could make the perfect life for themselves. But they didn't do that. If they did, everything they did up until that point would have been for nothing. Instead, the world was set back to what it ought to be. That, unfortunately, entailed the separation of the two worlds once more. And with that, Ouroboros were split into their separate worlds. Once I got to this point in the game, it took a moment for it to really click what this meant. Ouroboros could now live one true life, one of meaning, but they couldn't do it together. The love between the three pairs, they couldn't see their changed world together. Noah and Mio, Lance and Senna, Uni and Tyon, they would never see each other again. This crushed me, which had me foolishly clamoring for some after-credit cutscene to show them reuniting, but very rapidly it clicked that This was the very theme of the game in its truest of colors. They wanted to be together. Hell, I the player wanted them to be together. But that wasn't what the world was meant to be. Mobius took hold of the world to begin with due to the collision of both worlds, Agnes and Kevis. So if things were to be set right, the worlds must then be split once more. This could have been changed, sure, but it wouldn't have been right, and Ouroboros knew this. Wishing for things to be perfect, like wishing that the world stayed together and Noah and Mio got to share a life together, is essentially wishing for the same thing Mobius wished for. It would be doing exactly what N and M said in their final speech, trying to change the world instead of allowing yourself to change to deal with the world around you. Yet, even still, even though Ouroboros had defeated the concept of an eternal now, when the worlds did begin to drift apart, the party could not help but chase after each other. They knew their path was right, that they could not remain together, but the desire for life to remain stagnant never fully goes away. The end scene of the party running towards each other, with no hope of reuniting, is incredibly powerful for that very reason. It shows that there are still remnants of Mobius inside not just Ouroboros, but the player too. When I saw Noah and Mio take the first step towards each other as the worlds moved apart, I wanted nothing more than to see them catch up to each other, to be in each other's arms once more. Mobius is not just a concept about a stagnant reality, but one about wanting things to be perfect, regardless of how possible that really is. I, the player, wanted a perfect ending, where everyone got to be happy. But that's not the ending we got. Not the story Xenoblade 3 wanted to tell. Xenoblade 3 is not telling you to give up hope on the future, but what it is saying is that no matter what may go wrong in your life, there is no use in wishing it could have been different. The fact is, life is forever moving, forever changing. The past is the past, and there is no changing that. We don't get the chance to stop death, to create an endless now, but we can't clamor onto this foolish idea that one day we could. Living in regret of how you lived your life, or never allowing yourself to power through grief, does nothing but give you a life of misery until you wither away. Noah and Mio couldn't live together forever, but the bond they shared can last an eternity, their feelings forever interlinked. They know now not to let that sadness control you. They'll forever remember each other. They'll forever wish to be in each other's arms once more, but they won't let that dictate the rest of their life. In Noah's words, memories melt in the morning light, and then a new day begins. There's always a new path, always a road to walk. Time moves on, but so can you. It'll be hard sometimes. Sometimes you'll cry in frustration, but in the end, you can never give up. The road of life is ever moving forward. All there is to do is walk on. So yeah, while I wish they were able to get their happy end, life just isn't always like that. It's sad, and that's okay. If there's one thing Xenoblade 3 taught me, it's to live a life where I can overcome anything. I'm still going to fear a lot of things. Life is still going to be scary and often sad. I'm finishing this game during one of the lowest points I've ever been at mentally, and I seriously cannot have imagined a better time to have experienced it. My summer has reached its end. I'm finishing college within the next year, and all that I have in my mind are uncertainties. Life isn't going to be the same soon. I'll be an adult for real the second I walk across that stage in my cap and gown. That scares me. I don't know if I'll make it in life. I don't feel ready to move out, to not see my family every day anymore. If there's one thought that constantly lingers in my mind, it's exactly what happened in this game. The wish that time could just stop moving. That can't happen though. Time marches on, forever and ever. I simply can't keep telling myself that the good times are past me, that life will all be downhill from here. I can't keep yearning for the past. Xenoblade 3 is just a game, but it has helped teach me one of the most important lessons that I could ever learn. Life will go on, but so will I. I'll make it through this life, through all the struggles I may endure. I'll love those I cherish until the end, experience all new games and stories, keep on moving till my last breath. That's something everyone can do. All it takes is the will to make it happen. Thank you for watching. This game truly left a mark on me, and it means the world to be able to talk even further about what it all means to me. Don't get me wrong, non-Xenoblade videos are coming, and I hope you look forward to seeing those. I have a few scripts already started that I was in the middle of making before this one, and hopefully those should come out fairly soon too. Unfortunately, college started again for the semester, so it's going to be difficult to push anything out, but I'm going to do my best to make it work. These video essays have truly been a blast to make, and I really do hope you stick around to see me make more and more. But until then, I wish you all the best. See ya!